Yo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get back at it again. Saturday night. Little Hell Let Loose action. For those of you guys checking in, New York time, it's a late night for you. East Coast, 11 o'clock. And for the West Coasters, it's not too bad. It's early evening or early night, whatever you want to call it. And for those of you guys checking in from Europe and maybe even in Australia, it's probably good morning or good afternoon. But anyway, we got a competitive friendly. Two good teams taking the fight to Tobruk, which was recently dropped. Team 17 came out with an update. I think it was like Wednesday of this week or something like that. So Update 17 came out with the release of Tobruk and a couple other little things that came with the update, like the buff to the flamethrower. I don't know if people are like dying about that, but it does have a purpose now. First of all, the range is a little bit longer. It causes suppression, and the most important thing is it destroys things like nodes and buildables, etc. So unlike pub play in comp, that doesn't really matter because nodes are protected. But it does a little something for the pubbies, and they get to use that class, utilize it a little bit more than what it's been. So that's a good thing, I guess. The map itself, if I could just take a second to talk about the map is fan-freaking-tastic. I mean, what Expression Studios has been able to produce in the last two maps. I mean, we're going to give them Elsenborn Ridge, which was awesome, well designed. Tobruk, absolutely brilliant design from what I can see, and all the artwork looks great. The new dynamic weather feature is a really cool thing now because it offers options. On maps that are generally difficult to play, I'd say with the new weather feature, some of these more difficult points to capture are now possibly, potentially, I guess, something that a team might even venture to play, like a foy even. Some of that is just so wide open, but they had like snowstorms. I think that would be something cool if they can incorporate that into the other maps, and I think they will. I think that's the direction that the team is going. So I'd like to see more of that. We won't talk about Mortagne. I think Mortagne was their first attempt, and it was a good attempt. I think it just needs a few more iterations, like many of the maps that came with the legacy maps. Comes to mind, Foy has been redone about 3 or 4 times. What else has been done? I mean, a complete redo of Saint Marie du Mont, Herkin Forest. I mean, all these maps have been tweaked, so I expect, when there's some downtime for the level designers to go back into Mortagne and kind of build that up a little bit more. But overall, I'm happy with the level progression. Like the map design is on point. I'm a little bit let down with the roadmap, which let me just check, so I'm yapping too much. We got 88 in server. The level design is great. The maps, like I said, are in a good place. I just think the game, the meta needs a little more fleshing out. I was hoping to see some more of the suggestions that the community made, and we can go into that at another time. But we're gonna reel this back into the actual game today. Like I said, it's HELIOS, North American team, taking on Climber, which is a Chinese squad. The map, obviously, Tobruk, and what we're gonna do is just gonna take a quick peek at the tactical map. Before we do so, the reason why we're able to do all these cool things is because there's a tool that came out that allows the server owners to select which strong points they want for that particular match. And because of that, now Tobruk will be played straight down the middle. So the HELIOS squad will be coming from the east side, and their first point will be the makeshift aid station. And then they're moving on to their fourth point, which was, or going to be, I should say, the 8th Medical Hospital, which is their fourth and defending. Midpoint, today's match will be Church Grounds. Moving to the fourth point, what is it? Allegro Ristorante Moderno. Again, fourth and attacking, and then the fifth and defending final is the graveyard, the tank graveyard. What I like about this map, and I have only a few minutes to go into this. These guys are going to flip the server any minute. Is if you look at the line 6, 7, and 8, it's really awesome for the infantry. This is like their field day. This is like house to house, roof to roof, fighting. The buildings are open. I mean, if Inf were to say, can we get a good map, like where it's just, straight FPS, if you got anything from the 6 down, you're happy. Anything in the 3, 4, there's still infantry, but it's going to be more tank based. So today's match is going to be straight down the middle. It's going to be mostly infantry with some tanks sprinkled in. In terms of how the tanks play, it's going to be interesting because when I was on the map and I'm looking at the game right now, the sandstorms are absolutely horrific. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm just curious to see how the tankers play. We know the Inf is just shift W, and they're just going to continually go forward. That's their job, die, respawn, and just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. Tanks, they're a bigger chess piece on the board, and it's interesting to see how teams are going to play it. Do they take advantage of the dust storms? And I did notice also that the dust storms run on a west to east. And if you're looking directly into it, it's difficult to see targets. But if you're looking vertical, north or south even, the dust storm is less of an issue. So I'm going to see how tanks position themselves and how they play angles. Again, a new map, always fun to see how competitive communities tear apart the map. And these are the guys that analyze everything like on levels that you don't even understand. They put so many hours of prep in. So looking forward to seeing this in like regular rotation, because I think it's a good map, honestly, for comp. But anyway, just a little background. I just thought we had a little time. There's only how many in server? 93, 7 more we're waiting on. But this is not the Siege of Tobruk, which happened in 1941, which was when the Axis rolled east toward Alexandria, right? When they were trying to capture that area to the east. They blew right past Tobruk, which is a deep port city. And the value of it is obviously because of the ability to bring in supplies and refuel their tanks, etc. But this is the 1942 version where the Germans are actually being pushed back. So I don't know if the designers of the level took that into consideration when making this. If that's the case, then I think it would be a lean toward the Allies. But anyway, just a little background on that. What else is in the update? I didn't mention this, and I'm sure some of the casters are recognizing the new changes to the admin camera. Mr. Altberg was one of the first to get in there, and he did mention that there's like this sliding feature or feeling you get when you move around the camera. And there's ways to put brakes on it where if you just kind of and for you casters, just hit the middle mouse button and scroll. I believe it's backwards. You slow it down so you're not on those skates as much. Still, it's going to take time to master it and really get good at it. You can't just whip around the map like you used to. I'm sure they'll adjust. I'm learning on the fly as well. But the biggest thing is just hold that mouse, roll it back, and you're not on those skates as much. Pro tip, make sure you guys use that in your casts. What else? Oh, we're on a server in Paris, so that's like the midpoint for NA and China. And I'll be looking on numbers, pings. Yeah, we'll just get in there and take a quick look and see how everything is going. All right, I'll see you guys in there. Hang on. Okay. That's not what we need. We need this here. So, all right, 98 full. to say, yeah, here we go. We got my gentleman, my friend here from China, casting the climber side. Also, APL, just wanted to let you guys know, is starting up soon, and both of these teams will be playing in the APL. Divisions haven't been hosted yet. You know, watch this space, I guess, on the APL Discord, but I believe both of these teams are going to be in your Division 1. Climber is the, best Chinese team, and always generally within that top 5 range. And Helios is always knocking on the door, right? They're usually like, I think one seasonal, I think they finished 4th, I want to say. So depending on, the season, Helios and Climber are 2 evenly matched teams. So this is going to be a burner tonight. I'm looking forward to it, on a map that's not like your meta. So a lot of, a lot of the gameplay is going to be on, how well the squad leaders understand what's going on, and your commander, who's tonight going to be my man Smithers, who's got to be in here. I did catch your cast earlier, Smithers, and you were definitely talking about how tough the camera is. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit of an adjustment to get familiar with how it works, but I think we'll be all right. Will be squad. Not sure what his position will be today. Most of the time when you're a caster, you end up in the Whammo squad, because we somehow have a way of keeping it open. If people leave, there's always going to be, the ability to jump in that squad. And yeah, that's look at this. We got Jack, who's now HS. Now I wonder if this is the same Jack who is on WTH, Wolves of War. Jack has been looking for some full-time work since TL kind of, I wouldn't say imploded, but went a different direction. I think those guys have really gone into the foxhole game. I mean, they're really big into the foxhole thing, and kind of leaving all the Hell Let Loose players out to, find a new home. So I think Jack is currently auditioning for teams, good enough to play basically at anybody. I think he's one of the top shooters. He's the gunner in the tank. I think he's one of the best. So wherever he lands, and there's my guy Smithers commanding. Buttery Bits. That was a former TL guy and caster. Okay, this is me just kind of following how the whole draft goes. Wondering where everybody. But yeah, this is, and okay, we got the official flip. But for the Chinese teams, I might know a few names here or there. But I'll do my best to shout those guys out. Anyway, we are coming, like I said, from the British side. I figures he'd be down in Sugar Squad. I didn't even test this. Actually, wait, did I test it? Yes, I think I'm good. I think I'm all good. All right, so this is what I'm talking about, guys. You take your wheel and just roll that beach down, and it should be at least a little bit better, a little bit smoother. Yeah, it feels pretty good right now. Anyway, now we have a chance. Why don't we just go over some rules and such? All right, so here we go. Competitive rules, basically they're the same across the board through all the leagues. It's protected nodes, munitions, manpower, and fuel, all built prior to the start of match. Tigers are still only going to be spawned, no Panthers, and one single artillery gun. That's been the meta. I'm hoping that they incorporate maybe the recon flare and just eliminating that altogether because, I don't know, it kind of kills the fog of war in my opinion. But anyway, so church grounds. I'm assuming it's going to be a full frontal push in. I already feel the slidiness of it all. Anyway. And Smithers, that's the honey. They call it. It's a Stewart, but they call it the honey for some reason. I remember you were struggling a little bit what the name of it is, man. I mean, you love history like me. That's the Stewart honey for the British. But anyway, 30 seconds from now, about to get underway. HELIOS taking on Climber. The map Tobruk, 49 v 49. Not even sure how teams have even, or if they've even rehearsed. Not even sure if teams have rehearsed, what's it called, snipes for this quite yet. I think this is just a feeling out process for a lot of teams. And for those of you kind of new to comp, I mean, everything's thrown at the midpoint. I wouldn't say everything is thrown at the midpoint. I mean, there are certain maps that you want to get map control, but getting bodies into the circle gives you that +3. And it does look like HELIOS is opting to go heavy, sort of heavy in the mid. And prioritizing also the north in the 5 as well. And in terms of how the light tanks are played, the Stewarts, they basically want all that weight in the cap, so they sit. Find some cover, some concealment. Not having played this or casted this map often, it does appear allies have a distinct advantage for some reason. I'm not sure why, but you can see when you cross the E column, you're on the other side, and there are bodies. And this is pretty much looking like it's going to be a HELIOS cap off the start. Climber most likely opting for the recap. And I will say this also, because the map is so new, I haven't had an opportunity to update the scoreboard with all the strong points. So disregard what you see that comes out as point captured. The score will turn, everything normal. But it's going to be an old Omaha midpoint that comes up. And there we have it, 3-2 off the start for HELIOS. Pull up the map. Looks like Inf to the north, recon by Smithers, the E column. Supplies being dropped for an attack garrison on Ristorante Moderno. Garrisons in the G column looking solid. Nothing quite yet on the midpoint. Strong point, I should say, quite yet. another thing, casters, you're going to find out when that sandstorm comes, get the hell out of the sky. Get down on the ground, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, like, people hate casting Purple Heart Lane with the rain and the fog or whatever, but you know, this dust is something else. Tits McGee Night and Heed in the light. Now while that light looks to get some sort of sight lines on Inf, this is the old meat grind, we'll call it, just to the north. And as you guys can see at home, I guess we're going to see just how effective. Sometimes you might pause and wait for the sandstorm to come, and you'll start, like, we're starting to see movement at a climber up north. They're opting to take north map control up in the 4 row. So climber looks like they're very much interested in controlling the north above and working their way down south. And I wouldn't say this map is like El Alamein in the sense that it's as wide open and as grindy. I think there's more opportunity to recapture points. So Inf with a squad leader to the north. Oh, the other thing, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but with that sandstorm comes all the debris. Shit looks like they're throwing German grenades at you. So I hope they get that removed out of the sandstorm. It's more distracting and annoying than an immersion kind of thing. Guys, tell me how you feel about that in chat. I'm not sure. And what I do know about Climber, because I've cast these guys quite a few times, very patient. I want to say they approach the game kind of like a spree, you know, minus maybe some of those top-end shooters. No disrespect to them, they're quality shooters. Just sprees that on the next level, and they're very coordinated with their tanks. So. Not uncommon for the Chinese to kind of build their resources up and just attack, you know, at that final third of the match. what I'm talking about. All these rooftops for you inf lovers. Buildings are open. Rooftops are available. Not only that, you've got planks that connect the buildings. So if I were to think like the way Climber plays, and they're very coordinated, very disciplined, I think a map with this type of layout, with the buildings being close, you know, might favor them. And if we just pause for a minute and get an idea, look, controlling the area, just, you know, front door, you can just see Climber slowly controlling the northwest of church grounds. And the job of artillery's got to be tough. So many buildings. It's really hard to, you know, get a cluster of inf. Me mug got fucking clapped. Here comes the Climber team. 91 with his level 9 satchel. Did he place it? Is that satchel? Oh my god, you gotta go easy on this. Yep, there's his satchel. Yeah, you can't get too crazy on this camera. Miracle with the clap. Ian Reaper. Reaper's got to see him. Blasting the Thompson in his back. Oh, great artillery bomb on that OP. Quick check on who is doing the artillery for the boys. All right, Mage and OG, former TL guy. And there he goes again, just doing what Mage does. Yeah, I'm just checking the chat. Awake, yeah, it's a 15-minute delay. I mean, look, unless I'm told 30, I think all streamers we don't need any extra time. I mean, if anything, hell, we might even want to put up a map cover and keep it real time, but we can't do that. So 15 minutes delay for tonight's match. Flare just popped off. Climber. Flare. But we're seeing some real nice progress out of Climber. Their inf have made it to the famous church. Deo Optimo Maximo. For those of you guys that don't know, give you a little history lesson. That's what DOM stands for. we don't want to get down on the ground. Enemy recon. Now, Helios is in a good position. You know, loading up the E column. Flare popping off to the south. Mikey getting a quick clap on Rivers. Now, XC, the very aggressive OP. Let's give you guys an idea of how dusty this bowl is. Holy shit. Literally cannot see anything. Also, what do you guys think about that DLC being so damn expensive, man? It's always trying to get you with that $12 DC or yeah, downloadable-ish, man. I mean, you'll have more downloadable stuff that'll cost more than the actual game itself. So, let me know your thoughts on that. I think it's an L, like long term. The Bears, let's go, baby. Fighting through all that dust. This inf is great, man. These guys must be loving life. This is the epitome of close quarters combat fighting. Recon flare popping off. That is a Helios flare. Bears circling buildings, just looking to protect things. Let's check to the north, or should I say to the south. Now, AD 2K, a guy I recognize. This is a player, a shooter for sure. Vendors in there. Yeah, vendor yucking that grenade. Nobody home. Slippery. Getting clapped. Not even sure by who. Anyway, quick check on the map. Things are looking pretty damn good for Helios. Helios is not in a bad position, although I'm going to worry about that 4. I'm not seeing bodies up in the 4-5. North is not in control, and you're seeing bodies lit up. So, yeah, let's see what's going on up north. You know, if I'm Smithers or whoever the field general is, I'm worried, and yeah, for good reason. Rotate your tanks over. At the Churchill, watching that back end. Tits McGee, Knight, and Heed. Looking up on the top of the hill. Also, they did fix the precision strike. I don't know, man. I haven't played the game, honestly. The only time I'm playing the game is this is how I play the game now in the editor, or in the admin camera. So, interesting development happening here. We've got the Panzer IV about to run into the Churchill. And this is going to be the most interesting part of the game, how tanks play it. Gun right, looking for, he's got, making a run, making a mad dash for it. Churchill gets him. Panzer IV making a run for it, doesn't get out of harm's way. Easy kill for Tits. Shout out to the OGs, the old golfers in the chat. Kill Switch and the boys are here watching. Hey, if you guys haven't checked those boys out, the old golfers are teaming up with MS, Machine Soldiers, excuse me. Doing big things. Look out for them, I'm telling you. Could be the team that actually challenges a spree. If you know, you know. You're watching those guys. They did have a match, like I said earlier. They're playing. What are they playing? They're playing in this skirmish tournament. I think the Greyhounds are hosting. I'm not even sure who they played, but whoever they did, I'm sure they wiped them up pretty good. Might have been VLK, a German team. Rossi looking for that big play with that satchel. Not going to happen. Scythe, Jack, and Terry. Applies to his game. Shout out to you, Water Jug. Ain't seen you in a minute, dog. What's up, man? Not gonna lie, only like North Point. I don't know, man. I kind of think, I thought Inf, because you're an Inf player, I thought Inf would like, you know, middle, south. Yeah, and just getting a vibe for this map and how it plays. It's one of these slow grindy maps. I don't think it's gonna be anything where teams take big risks early once they lose midpoint. Just check and see. I was gonna say, do we have a whammo squad? Will B is that guy looking to build red zone garrison, you know, further south as he can, within 50 meters. He's gonna pop that bad boy up. I think he's just waiting for the right time. Got a bombing run. It sounds like it's a climber bombing run. Straight through midpoint. again, I wish Team 17 devs would make the bombing runs great again. You know, allow them to destroy OPs. I don't understand how garrisons get wiped, but OPs don't. I mean, you should be able to clear everything out. Driver looking for cover. That's Heed. All three out on a repair. Where are these guys? Okay, so they're to the northeast. So for Climber, yeah, we know the boy Coco out there. He's a good player. But it appears the way you capture, based on the way Climber's playing this, is control the north, interestingly enough. Because, yeah, another flare goes out, another squad. You know, the north is heavy, where I would think, I would have thought 7, 8 even would be where the inf would come. Gotta show Man Widow some love. Garrison. Gonna anchor it. Get up high. Busting that number 4 off. Just holding those lines. Definitely knows Climbers coming from the north. Now you can hear that sound. The garrison is locked out. That's the sound of a locked out garrison, meaning Inf. Oh my God, Inf is right there. Widow, get that mother. Widow, get him. What the? Okay, bro. Like you double, triple pumped on that shit. Come on, man. So that's what he's doing. He's anchoring the garrison, yelling at his squad mates to clear the space because they're coming. Oh shit! Satchel takes out Widow and garrison to the north, freeing up some more of the Climber inf. Churchill fully repaired, back in action, and Widow's back to reclaim space lost from that satchel. We just crossed the 30-minute mark. Quick recap off the start. Helios, light work, man. Got out there quick, no snipes, no issues claiming midpoint, which was the church grounds. Got a bombing run. Helios. So they were able to cap mid reasonably easy. Oh, great bombing run, Smolution. Got some inf. So we've been sitting comfortably, I'd say, for the most part, 3-2. You know, Helios doing what they need to do. Holding Climber at bay. Although I must say, to be fair, they were about 15 minutes ago heavy in the E column, and it does seem like they're knocked off the E column, and now they're fighting on the back foot in the F column. So that might put Will B's Whammo squad into full action and get bodies into Ristorante Moderno in order to relieve some of the pressure, because it does seem like Climber is pushing Helios back and really bottlenecking these guys up. You know, it's kind of wild too to see how Inf works with their tankers. I should say the tankers work with the Inf, because with all these buildings, you better make sure your Inf is on the same page as your tankers, because this is an area. Yeah, you don't want to keep your tanks in there unless you're confident infantry's around. And here come the Chinese, man. These guys using that dust storm to their advantage. So the line, you know, they're right knocking on the front door. Climber owning majority of the E column. I must say the South is holding out pretty good. HELIOS winning their gunfights in the South. Engineer just wishing he might get his wish. Gun's right though. Oh, brilliant. Scythe. Nice job. That was well played. Just baited him, waited for him to come around. Takes out the climber engineer. Now, curious how, okay. So, Will B pops up the red zone garrison in D7 and looks to get another red zone garrison, a more aggressive one in C6. I need to get over there. This is going to be... There's our man right there who popped it up, Will B. Now, the commander within 100 meters can lock that out, but... Not even sure if he knows Garrison is up behind him. Let's just get a peek where this garrison is. So it's defilade. It's a nice little garrison. Widow disappears into the mist. What the fuck happened there, dude? Oh my god, I lost connection to the fucking host. Oh my god, dude, this is fucking great, dude. Tell me it's gonna be this kind of a day, man. Son of a bitch. All right. All right. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah, Keanu, I just caught your message. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous, man. Is he in sugar? There's Will be. Okay. All right, Will be as an aggressive OP. Did you guys just peep that before I get into this admin camera? Yeah, we'll fix the sliding thing. But man, look. OP? Let's go. Garrison? Oh my God. Love sliding. You know, the best way to describe this is like being in an ice skating rink, dude. It's just so wild. All right, let's roll this bitch down. Yeah, full fill on Sugar Squad. Will Be Squad is filled with inf, along with a Garrison, an unlock red zone Garrison for Helios on the fourth point, which is, what is this, Ristorante Moderno. All right, locked out Garrison. OP's been clapped. Squad leader's up. Screw it, let's put it up. Will Be just hanging his balls, being aggro as hell. Gets a full squad. One dude gets clapped, 3 get off, and Will's just a man on. He's just the running man. He's just gonna run, try and hide in the dust. But this panic has caused Climber to have to pull at least some of their resources off of the front line. And you can just see ever so slightly they got a little bit of contesting now. But yeah, Climber's going to have to deal with Will Be Squad. Yeah, let's get in. F this dust. Alright. Tiger looking, looks like north. Not going to find anything. There is a Cromwell. It's not Cromwell. Churchill to the north of the point. So I'm thinking Tiger looking to work his way further south. Shout out to the boys from Esprit. Congrats on that seasonal win. Excel in the chat. Yapping about, you know, map and what side is favored. You know, in Helios tanks, it looks like they had, or they haven't had too much in the way of a challenge right now at a Climber. I'm not sure if this is just the way the line set up for allies that is bad for access to approach. This is really nice. Bread. Getting clapped by Mikey. OP is still up. Mikey, come on down. Mikey dealing with Price. Price takes him out. Man, this is a strong point here. So, Satchel. Holy shit, we got... Is that OP? Hell of aggressive OP. I mean, like, literally right here. Claiming this church. From what I understand, this tower, this bell tower, has a hell of a vantage point. Oh, Gangan and, was it El Tufo? Trading. Yeah, wise choice. Oh my goodness, this was huge. All right, that's an OP spawn. So, an OP spawn deep in enemy lines. What the fuck? Yeah, you casters are gonna love this camera, man. I mean, we wanted something smooth, man, but we didn't ask for roller skates. It's a little bit. I think it's a little too much. They need to tone down the sensitivity. People with the easy one in the trench. Now that OP still might be up. Yeah, all the big brain talk going in there about MGs, and I think this is what comp players live for, to be honest, man. The new map, something new to tear apart. I mean, there's not much excitement when we're talking about meta maps. I mean, those things are been analyzed to the nth degree. So here's new meat, and it's going to be interesting. You know what I would love to see if we're never going to get it, but Team 17 and Expression, you know, give us a nice, you know, 3-map pack. Like, that'd be something, you know, something sweet. You know, these 1s and 2s, I mean, I don't think we've gotten anything big. Yeah, we haven't gotten anything big in a long time. I mean, the British forces got dropped. I think we had 2 maps, right? Was it 2 maps? I don't even know. I know it was Drill and maybe another one. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's so much better when the damn dust isn't in your face. Comp player's gonna let us know, do you like the dust or not the dust? I would love to have the option to uncheck that. Like, if you wanted the ability to have that dynamic weather or not. Anyway, passing that halfway mark, things are still the same from the beginning of the match. Helios came out, taking the midpoint quite easily, Church Road, and have been sitting comfortably, I'd say, for the most part. I mean, there was a moment where the midpoint did flicker a little bit, and Helios did get pressure on the 4th. However, in the midst of all that, it's been comfortable for the most part for Helios. The tanks have been doing a great job. I mean, they haven't really been challenged. You know, and in a map like this where there's just so much cover for tanks, I mean, this is wonderful for tanks. I mean, look at this. You got 3 heavies just mounting up an attack on 4th attacking. Albergo Restaurante Moderno is just 200, 300 meters down the road. And conveniently, the sandstorm is rolling in. Proxygene squad lead in the strong cap. Strong point. Full squad. OP's lit up a little bit, but he's got an unlocked red zone garrison. Again, getting a few kills in the strong point. Again, just playing that disruptor role. Not honestly looking to capture the point, but trying to divert as much of the climber resources to have to clean these guys out. Extremely valuable. To the Gumo train. You haven't missed much, man. The game has been pretty much a 3-2 grind right now. Not a lot in terms of cap progress from either team. I mean, there was a moment where it looked like Climber's Inf was getting in front door on Church Road, but Helios with their tanks just really adjust well. So right now, Climber's struggling a little bit with working their tanks and their inf. So out there repairing just southwest. And now we've got an MG. Just get an idea of what they can see in this tower. I imagine it's a pretty awesome vantage point. So monster. I mean, shit. Got that Bren popping. I mean, you can clear all the rooftops off, so extremely important to hold the bell tower. Now, something just busted up here. What was that? Okay, one of the heavies went down for Helios. I'm not sure if that was that could have been a Tiger.
Keep going, I'm watching you.
Trying to guide the Churchill. Soloed by Buttery Bits, man. The whole crew's gone. And I want to say, I don't know if Helios worked themselves into a little bit of a tough spot. Tanks are up aggressively pushing forth. But let me just check the back end. Let me just see. Because usually there'll be a line of tanks on the back end. They've got one tank on the board. Like, the tank situation is actually pretty bad. Although they're 1,400 on fuel. So the fuel's not the issue. Whenever the tanks are available, they should be coming up. Move to the south, lighten up the OP and F7. Helios Imp doing a nice job cleaning up. So we'll keep the eyes on the church in the 7. And kind of shift back to the strong point. Something just got wasted. And it didn't look like it was a tank shot. Tell me that it... No. Is that another heavy? And a lot of times, the tankers for Helios do a big job helping out their inf. And if they go down tanks, I'm going to say the advantage swings over to Climber this last, 30 minutes. Because now we're entering the final third of the match. And this is where things kind of come together. And Helios inf is wasting no time. Maybe they recognize they're down a little bit in the tanking area. And they're really starting to push this 4th point. Restaurante Moderno. Big spawn. Tanks doing a nice job supporting their inf. But like I said, it's an aggressive spot for the tanks to be in. I mean, yes, they can kite back and forth. Just a matter of, does the inf make sure nothing gets behind this tank, because its eyes 100% looking on this area to the west. Only squad leader left. The Bears. In the point. Getting some progress. Bombing run from Climber. Yeah, with all these buildings not very effective. German supplies dropping. Maybe they don't have a garrison on the point itself, but that's a great front door garrison for Helios. I would load that up with inf. If Helios can start getting some cap pressure, they fan out within enemy sector. Get on top of these rooftops. And there's the Bears having a day. Taking out subs. We'll take those. Thank you very much. Wow, and at the same time, we've got Climber taking church grounds. And not even where you'd expect, not like front door. They're behind, you know, deep into the east. Probably back here in the F5 somewhere. Death Vice taken out. Now, I'm not sure. Is that the one and only heavy that's still left on the board for Helios? No, we got a one to the north as well. We've got one in the east. Attack garrison in C4 will be constantly just harassing that back line. Those of you just turning in now, 1 hour into the match. It's been a 3-2 the entire time. Helios off the start was able to take Church Road without any issues, and they've been holding the entire time. A couple scares here and there, but for the most part, we've been sitting comfortably 3-2. But the fireworks have yet to get started. I mean, final third is when all the tanks kind of stack up and all the inf make one Zerg push. Curious to see how the weather, does the weather time up with this final push. So these sandstorms are pretty much unpredictable. This group that just spawned in, where are you going? Are you going to go to the point, or are you going to go back and defend? Because Will B's squad has been constantly... Okay, here's the team in charge of cleaning up strong point. So they'll be able to pull the fourth back. First time seeing a Puma. Looking to shoot into the church. Double MGs in the tower. Tiger down below, supporting the Puma. Now this is the area just south. I think Nutbender got that shot in. But this is the area just south of the strong point. Church Road. And I think Climber recognizes one of the MGs gets taken out. Bread was able to go up there as squad lead. Monster's the last man standing. Here's the satchel. Not sure how far the Climber player plans on getting up this tower. I mean, if I'm him, maybe he's just putting satchel. All right, he's working his way up. Takes out Monster, doesn't need to use his satchel. But here comes Helios back on the church. Good fight over this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a good fight over the church. Oh my God. Kobe's flu game. Taking out the whole squad. End of the OP. Puma abandoned. So a missed opportunity. You know, that infantry armor coordination for Climber uncharacteristically not there. Now this is wild. You've got a Puma and a Tiger, not crewed. Satchel pops off, killing neither of the tanks. Now this is the most excitement, honestly, in the last hour. Bombing run. That's a... out the Tiger. Bombing run. Smithers takes out both. Wow, this is going to be crazy though. Even though Climber is really not doing well with their tanks today. I mean, the infantry's got their freaking foot. I mean, they're right on the front line. This group to the north. I mean, this is sector. I mean, we're 200 meters out, so this is all sector pressure. Helios has Churchill north, looking north. But I think at this point, Climber might have changed up their tactics. Said the hell with map control, let's try and push front door. No, Soren, I'm trying to get Mikey. But this is, I mean, Climber has a way of getting in behind. And Helios is a little tight, like a little tight right now. All right, Clink. And Kobe, okay. OPs are out here cleaning out. All right, we're okay. Rotate the Churchill down. Wakes Buttery and Mom's mom. Coco taking out 2 as an SL. Now we are noticing a little bit of cap progress from both sides. Helios was getting a little bit of 4th cap, but I'm going to stick here with Climber. I think because of all the inf that's behind the line, this OP right here below us, that's Coco's, and with the proximity of the tank, this is a huge play. Foxhole Norman and Huzzah need to get over here to the busted up building and handle business. It's been marked out by Smithers, Garrison. Bombing run. All right, Huzzah, I think he's gonna get it. Is he gonna get that OP? Sporting a new DLC with the fancy legs. So I was like, I need to find something and I need to kill it. Holy shit. Zah, you got plenty of targets. Holy shit. Where the hell did these guys just show up from? Wow. Is that, did I miss Airhead or something? Churchill in full retreat. Is it a Garrison? Holy shit, it's a Garrison. Wicks is on it. The boys know what's up. About to be blown up along. Wait for it. There it is. Done. Back end cleaned. Now all the SLs need to be wise here. Make sure that their OPs are in safe places. Protect that. As long as you don't have that tank sitting on the front line, you know, that front door push is a thing. Don't allow that tank to come up and start holding down those choke points. Back to the front door push. I think that's Climber's best chance. They've got the tank to retreat back to the back line. And it's freed up some space for these guys to get across. And Climber taking full advantage. And this is all sector, because I don't see much in the strong point itself. Garrison to the north for Helios. Super important right now. quick pause. To the south, church owned by Climber. MG's up top. All right, so they got to do these in stages. They own the south, at least temporarily. That front door is mixed, and to the north, they kind of own north. Do need to see what's going on with tanks. All right, tanks are on the back line in the G, defending squad leaders that have leaked in. So the front door is somewhat vulnerable. There is nothing in the way of an attack garrison. Something way down in the 8th is really not that helpful. But again, look, starting to see that cap progress, and they already have bodies in. So there's a lot of climber in sector. And as a commander, that's worrying me because I got bodies in the strong point. I'm +3. And we're still losing. So I'm a little worried. We don't have sector control. I need my tanks up to help out with the inf. Okay, we've got a YOLO from the Puma. Puma's just going to throw all its weight into the strong point. Or maybe it's making its way toward the back line. I'm not sure where this thing's going. But we're going to hang on board with it. Whiskey, he's not going to slow down for you, buddy. Oh, my goodness. What just took him out? Coffin. Vomit Coffin. Great AT rocket. Doesn't allow the Puma to clap any OPs behind the line. Things are starting to heat up. Just these last, we'll call them 10 minutes. It's gonna be a tough fight. I can already see it. And just for you, No Storm, we're gonna hit Mikey, the Russian potato lover. We'll lock on. Try not to curse him too much. God damn! Both of the tanks, and I'm going to say Helios tanks have been playing outstanding tonight. These guys have worked very well together. There was like one point where, they were light on tanks. I don't know what happened, but I'd say pretty much a majority of the match, Helio tanks have been doing the job, helping out Inf. This is wild. This is, man, I tell you, when Climber starts to really send their inf, because this is crazy, because this is all in the strong point. Another, and just on time. Here comes a dust storm. All right, 3 FM. Holding that back line, just moving up, trying to clap any of those OPs that go up behind them. Yeah, and you comp players, let me know, man. Is this map worthy of a comp match for real, like in a real APL, HCA, seasonal, or is this kind of like, I don't know, one of those maps you play for, I don't know, for the lulz? Pairing them up. looking about 8 minutes remaining. So this is what you guys all tuned in for. Everything is just window dressing. We're here for the open and we're here basically for the close. Everything in between is irrelevant for the most part. But here comes the final push. You know, the smoke is going to help Climber's cause. You know, and this is also where I think, imagine if you remove the recon flares. You know, because recon flares are so big when it comes to lighting it up when you can't see shit because of the dust storms. Just holding. And he's just right on the edge of the strong point. Making a run. Freaking spotter. Who we got? So that is the last bombing run for Climber. They used it early. They have nothing for the remainder of the match. I don't think I would have used it that early. It takes 10 minutes to recharge. I will say the dominance is very clear in the armor department for Helios. I have not seen or really heard from any of the Climber armor. I mean, none of the Tigers have really made any kind of impact. One. And shooting that semi fully auto. Wrong spot. Man, here comes cap pressure. So we are in the strong point. Take a look down. Lots and lots of Climber inf. Helios able to spawn in. Oh my god, did he get the satchel? Holy shit, he got the satchel off. I caught it late. He went down with the tank. That's a huge freaking play. Forget about the players. Tank gone for Helios. Wow, this is shaping up to be something. Yeah, this is a big-ass problem. One tank. Everybody eating into the strong point to hold it. We've got a half track to the south. And things are going to be wild. These last 5 minutes. Just going to park the camera here. Don't need to chase the action. Everything is coming straight to the strong point. There is a squad leader all the way deep in behind. Could he be possibly putting up a garrison? Who knows? Helios has got enough problems to deal with on the front end. Now, where are the Tigers? We got a Panzer IV moving in. Holy shit, this is going to shape up to be a freaking fantastic final 4 minutes. 4 minutes remaining in the match. Climber, who's been out of this game the entire time, is making a late run. And it does look it might pay off if they continue to push. The M forward, they got tank support. Crazy back and forth now. All right. Smithers didn't waste any time. He's got the reinforce up. I believe that was his last bombing run. Yes, that was his last bombing run. So the rest is up to Inf and tanks. Commanders are basically done. Now, we just saw a big-ass spawn back there. Is that just off OP? Are we working OPs back here? I think so. I think it's just OP. Oh my god, this fucking camera sucks. Wow. Things are gonna get real tense. Even though Helios is back, fully captured, but man, let me tell you, the threat is right there. Tower. Loosely in the hands of Climber at the moment. Infantry trying to make the hook. Whiskey. Takes down one. Moving forward, though, squad leader for Climber gets behind. Yeah, a lot of Helios players running into the cap. I mean, maybe Climber can catch him with that late garrison behind. If they can catch him, you know, with that late garrison. But the tanks are smart. Beautiful job by Terry Jack and Sight. This is sitting in the back. You know, guarding against that Whammo garrison, letting their infantry do their job. If they need to move up, they'll do so. But what a great adjustment. I mean, Helios was about 50% capped and did a really, really nice job of holding Climber off. Only about 1:30 remaining. Oh my, is this airhead? Is that, oh my god, I missed the freaking airhead on the point itself? I think that's an airhead. I don't know, I gotta sit there and watch it. Oh my god, there's another airhead. Okay, that is Smithers airhead. Another great play by the tanks. Wicks, buttery bits, mom's mom, cleaning that up. Here comes the other Churchill. You know, I'm going to call it, man. Helios tankers playing extremely well. I mean, really taking it to Climber this evening. And they're going to walk away with a 3-2 win 30 seconds from now. This is GG. Well played. It's been a fun match to cast, despite of the camera sucking and the dust being so irritating. It's got to be irritating for the players, irritating for the caster. But we're about ready to call this official. And we can say it officially. Helios coming out better. 3-2 on this friendly on Tobruk against Climber. Again, both of these teams are signed up and ready to go for the APL season, which begins, I want to say probably late April. I know signups go until mid-April. Definitely check out the Discord. Make sure you tune in for all the matches that are coming up. There are 4 divisions like last year, and I think we have currently about 24 teams signed up. So, you know, it's gonna be another good, season 4. Interesting as hell. What is going to happen here? But yeah, APL is in a good place. We got some good things that we've been working on in the background. I know Axehawk, that live servers feed, so we'll get some real lifetime stats to you guys. I hope you guys tune in for that. about 30 seconds, we'll be signing off. But shout out to all you guys that decide to come out on your Saturday night and watch this shit with me. Good to have you. Hope to see you again on the next one. And before everybody runs off, check numbers. You guys can hit pause. We're just about done here. And that's it. Give the man Smithers his love. And we'll pop it on back into the studio. Anyway, good to see you guys out. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I don't put out the information until like maybe a couple hours now before, just been busy lately, honestly. Not until the summer will I have some free time where I can actually do a proper production and all that good stuff. But anyway, a good match nonetheless, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a great rest of your evening, and see you on Sunday. Hopefully we get another one. All right, take it easy.